And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our quarterfinals. So the quarterfinals here of the PiGosaur Monday number 21. Welcome to our TVZ. We are jumping in mid-series. We did miss out on the initial game 1, but we are jumping into game 2 and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Whispers of Gold. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the one and only Zerg player left in the tournament. We'll see if he can redeem himself and force the ace match. The pressure is on, representing Team Falcons as well. It is Solar. Here we go. Again, game 1 actually did, before I get ahead of myself, if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. I do favor Bunny coming into this, but I would love to see an ace match. I would love to see a game 3 here between Solar and Bunny. Best of luck. Best of luck to Solar. Coming into this, game 1 was on Amygdala. Game 1 was on Amygdala. They had a bit of a longer, later game. Bunny was able to be hyper-aggressive, was able to tear Solar apart, and Solar was unable to keep up with the aggression of Bunny. He did have a hard time protecting his third, protecting his fourth base, protecting his mineral lines, and did fall under the pressure. But now we're here in game 2, and we're loading into a smaller map. And what I'm concerned by is that smaller maps are usually more favored towards Terran. The reason why I say this is because aggression does favor the Terran player, and usually larger maps means that the Zerg player has more room to breathe. Has more room to themselves, referring to maps like Amygdala, like even Violet Square as well. I mean, they lead to different kind of game states, but they do allow the Terran player's aggression to be a little bit more stifled. Here on Whispers of Gold, it's a rush map. It's a rush map. This is the shortest rush distance map in the map pool, the most aggressive map of the map pool. So I'm that much more concerned for Solar. We'll see if he can keep up. We'll see if he can keep up with Bunny. We'll see if he can hold on and survive the aggression. For now, we should be seeing some standard openers, and we'll see where Bunny leads us in the mid game. We shall see. As the Reaper does move out, the initial dance has begun. As Reaper does dip in. Going for the mineral line so far. Solar doesn't lose anything yet. Ooh, the first Ling does fall. Nice little pick up here from Bunny. Does get one. Does get Ling, pulls away. Behind this, going for a 3cc, so it's going to be 3cc into Starport play, most likely out of Bunny, into Banshee. As he is getting a little bit greedy, wants the tumor, doesn't quite get it. Reaper pulls away. And there's that Starport. So far, standard opener here, economic opener by Bunny. Getting ready for the tech lab, for the add-on swap into Banshee play. And we should be gearing up towards that 7-minute move out. And a lot of the contention, a lot of the aggression is going to be centered around the fourth base of Solar. That's usually what this leads to. Oh, Bunny does pull away, taking a lot of hits. There's that tech lab, getting ready for the add-on swap. And into those Banshees. Speaking of, there we go, we have Heli and Banshee on the way. The goal here is to try to poke in and, more importantly, deny creep. It's not about getting economic damage, it's about denying creep, it's about keeping the Zerg player at bay, it's about denying map control, map vision, and getting ready for that eventual stim timing. So that's the goal here of these Hellions. It's going to be Bunny's goal. And now poking in. Does rotate. So far, Solar, he's keeping up. So far. He's keeping up with the rotations. We do have our second and third racks on the way. Getting to stim. Third base now being taken. Now, there is always counterattack potential here from Solar. Once the aggression starts going, he can always try to backstab and try to hit that third. Solar is aware of the timing. As more Hellions are amassing. Solar, he's going Lair first. We did see this last night. We casted Solar versus Clem. And Lair first has been his go-to. This will delay his upgrades. It will delay Double Lever Chamber. So it should be a lair into Banelings, then into delayed Evo chambers. Overlord does confirm that, of course, Cloak is on the way. Banshee gets deflected. I will say that the Baneling Nest is a little bit delayed here for Solar. There we go. Baneling Nest now on the way. Was delayed, but is in production. Into much later Evo chambers. Now, this will keep Solar safe against these more committed Hellbat pushes. That is true. But this also means that, yeah, the upgrades won't quite be done in time for the first push. Base is scattered. Lair's not done. He's going for the queens. He gets one. One queen goes down, and can he force a cancel on the fourth base? He shouldn't be able to. Takes down the Spore. Going for a second queen. Second queen goes down. Brutal losses. Expansion is under fire. And can he force a cancel? He shouldn't be able to. Yeah, detection is now available. And with that, Bunny backs off. But this base is weak, it's low, and we mentioned it, a big point of contention is going to be the push towards his fourth base, and it's coming in the next minute. Stim is finishing up. We have 1-1 on the horizon. Tanks are building up as well. Bunny is getting ready for that move out. Banshees get into the main. They get 2 drones. 2 drones so far. Hellions are moving on the right-hand side. Deny creep. They deny the fifth base. They keep Solar contained. Oh, there's a round! Bunny is a little bit inattentive. The Hellions do get surrounded. Nice catch here from Solar. Very nice catch. Does punish the Hellions. Now, this is honestly really important because typically when it comes to this push, the Hellions would be here to support this army, or they'd be at home to protect against a Hellion run-by. Sorry, against a Ling run-by, what I meant to say. So losing those Hellions actually is a big deal. It does mean that this push is weaker. It is significantly weaker here. Again, Bunny's goal is the fourth. But now he's down all those Hellions. Second tank soon to arrive. But this time he's going to be more vulnerable. Banshees, they stay home. Greens, they do push in. Tank boys going up. That's target firing here on the Banelings. And the Banelings are going to be going down. Despite that, yeah, there's just not enough fire here. Imagine if there were, what, 6 Hellions to support this. That would have made the world of difference. And Solar holds. Solar, he holds, he defends, he protects the fourth, gets a fifth base, spreads his creep, and Solar is in a better position. Now taking up into the infestation pit. And Bunny, he's been stifled, he has to back off, getting a fourth CC. Fourth base on the way, he's keeping his tanks or reinforcing tanks back at home. He can go for drop play, and there's a lot of pressure on Bunny now. A lot of pressure. That push needs to do more damage, needs to trade better, and it didn't. So I do give the edge to Solar. Solar, he's a little more comfortable, he's getting into the hive. This looks like Ling Bane into Ultra. From the side of Solar. Nice target firing. Does get a couple of Banelings. Bunny moving in, hoping to catch the queens. Stims in, gets the Overseer. And the Overseer gets most of those active tumors. Getting up to an A-rack setup, but is on 4 bases. Yeah, plenty of sustain. Still trading well though, that's what I will say. He's trading efficiently with these Marines, with this bio. Okay, I was gonna say that there's no detection, so we could have abused that a little bit, but the Overseer has now arrived. And as we assumed, it was gonna be Ling Bane into Ultra. Ultra Cavern is on the way. So the downside of this style here from Solar is no anti-air. The queens are the only anti-air. There's no Hydras, there's no Spire, there's no Mutas, no Corruptors. So Solar is vulnerable to drop play, but when it comes to the main pushes, Solar should be okay. As tanks are unsieged. Bunny now setting up. Moving forward. But for the most part, this area is quite wide open. Solar, he has flanking potential. Cranky just goes for a counterattack. Goes for a massive run by. Nice target firing here on the Banelings. Banelings go down. Bunny defends. Still committing to the push. And we will soon get into that ultra production. So he's almost there. And against what Bunny has right now, at least, it's going to excel. What does Bunny need? Marauders, Ghosts, Liberators. Speaking of, Liberation has arrived. Uh-oh. There's a little Liberation. Bunny does take the Banelings to the face. At the same time, massive link counterattack catches reinforcements. Queens are whirling across the map as well. I don't think that's intentional. I don't think they should be here. Yeah, the Queens are going to be thrown away. Lings, they flood into the main. But ideally, the Queens, they want to support the Ultras. And yeah, he's trying to get out of here. Big misstep there from Solar. Bit of miscontrol, or misrally, I should say. Nice spread against the Banelings. And that was 2-3 Queens going down. Now there's only 3 left. And they were meant to be there to transfuse the Ultras. Not anymore. Solo going for another massive counterattack. He ignores the main army, catches out more reinforcements. And Solar, he's overwhelming. He will take down the CC. He takes down the mineral line. 10 SCVs going down. Does force a pickup. And Bunny's been broken. Bunny, he has been broken. Ultras, they flood on in. And Bunny's not ready for this. Again, that first push at the 4th base was just so lackluster. Losing the Hellions, I mean, that led into this, to be honest. That led into this game state. And Bunny's going to lose everything. He's going to lose everything here. There's no saving the Planetary. Planetary goes down. CC's forced to lift. And Solar is looking to force that ace match. He's not going to go down 2-0. No. Not this time. As there's no mining, Bunny is stuck on 2 bases. Behind this, going for a Spire, having some anti-air, getting into Corruptor. Catching out more tanks. Bunny just kind of hold on here. Trying to make his final stand. Forced to pick up once again. And Bunny, he's fueled by a little bit of copium at this point. Yeah, a little bit. GG gets called, and Solar, he ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. GG. GG, well played. We are going all the way to game 3. Again, very intense back and forth here. And Solar, initially, he was able to catch and surround all those Hellions. That did lead into the push at the 4th base being that much weaker. It did not do enough damage. Tanks went down, and in the end, we saw that that Solar was able to just have a much more comfortable start, and that led into the game state that we saw. Led into Solar having a nice lead. GG. GG, well played. Getting into game number 3. Heading into game 3. It's going to be on ley lines. Ley lines is going to be an interesting one. And spawning in the top right hand corner. In the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Falcons, being forced into the ace match. We'll see if he can bring it back. It is Bunny. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg representing Team Falcons as well as their teammates. It is Solar. We go. Our players are settling in. And we spoke earlier about how on smaller maps I do favor Bunny, especially his style, and coming into Whispers of Gold I do stand by that, but we saw that he got caught with his pants down, the Hellions got surrounded, he lost a little momentum early on, and Solo got real comfortable real quick on Whispers of Gold. Coming into ley lines, a much larger map here, I do want to say that Solar is going to have a bit of an easier time getting into his own 4-base economy and getting into a longer and later game state. Because of that, we might see Bunny transition a little bit faster. Something that we see a lot from Terran players on this map is more turtle play, is getting a third, getting a fourth, getting a fifth base, walling up, securing these ramps, securing these locations, and getting into a longer and later game. That might be the game plan here for Bunny instead. We'll see how committed he's going to be to his first push, and how aggressive he is afterwards as well. So we might end up in a longer game state here. We shall see. So now we have our bases on the way. Bunny does SCV scouts. Also in position to try and delay the third. We'll see if he can. Moving out. Yeah, the dance has begun. We saw last game was able to get one Ling. So far, Solar does pull away well. Makes an extra pair of Lings, gets up to 6. So a bit of a more inefficient start out of Solar, but just a little bit. As he will get his tumor, and he will protect it. Behind this, third CC is on the way, so Bunny going 3 CC into Banshee most likely once again. So, economic opener out of Bunny. Base is taken. Oh, Bunny, he will delay for a couple of seconds. Does not get the kill, does not get the drone, and Bunny is forced back. Did at least force a late third out of Solar. From here is going to get into Banshee play. Pull away. Going for the add-on swap. And likewise, it's going to be up to Solar to keep up with the Hellions, keep up with the Banshees, to protect, to survive. As Banshee production has begun. Likewise, we're going to have to count some drones. We have to count drone kills. Be all over it. No WCS game hard. Now takes down a tumor, pokes in. Unlike the previous game, Bunny, he has to be a little more attentive here with his Hellions. Cannot afford to get surrounded, not like last time. Bunny does rotate. Here he rotates. Dips into the bases. Oh, he's so tempted to go for the dive. Calm down, Bobby. Calm down. Tempted to dive in. But so far, Solar is keeping up. Once again, lair first. Once again, lair first here by Solar, just like the last game. Going into delayed upgrades, into faster lair, faster detection, and of course, faster bathing speed. Overload Scout is going to be denied. Solar doesn't see the opener. Hellions, they poke in. Banshee gets deflected. And no losses yet. Solar is attempting to expand. It gets a fourth. Lings, they go for a run by, but their Armorines back at home does wall up in time. Ooh, that was a clutch wall. Depot is going to fall. But overall, this could have been so much worse. And Lings are cleaned up. Now, the creep is spreading a lot more freely this time here for Solar. He's got some decent creep towards the left-hand side. Hellions have not really been able to deny too much creep themselves. Now moving in. Speaking of, Spore is already in position. Base is under fire. Without an Overseer, Sears on the way, thankfully, but the base is getting very low. Yeah, the expansion is getting low, and it looks like, can we force a cancel? We can. Yeah, big cancellation here on the 4th base, and that means that Soul is going to be that much weaker here. The 4th base is heavily delayed. And Bunny is gearing up, he's getting ready for his push. This time, it can be a little more successful. This time, he does cancel the 4th base, and this time he does not lose the Hellions. So a much stronger start for Bunny. Gets 1, gets 2 drones. 3 even. 3 drones go down. Banshees pull away. And Bunny should be moving out soon. He's got at least Stim, but the rest of his upgrades aren't quite lined up. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit more delayed from Bunny. So it's going to hit like 20 seconds later. And that is giving Solo more time to build up more Ling Bane, spread more creep. Say 20 minutes, 20 seconds. Does move in. And Baneling Speed does finish in time. Baneling Speed is done. Tanks are moving forward. This time the Hellbats do morph in. Just going for the expansion. He's taking a lot of hits. Getting down to half HP. Snipes the Overseer. Banshees, they can come into play. But they're back at home. Yeah, back at home. 4th base goes out. And you can see again the strength of this push and how different it is compared to game 1. Because of the cancelled expansion, because of the Hellbat support as well. It all comes into play. And this is what Bunny wanted in game 1. Sorry, in game 2. This is what he wanted last game. Now, Bunny, he cannot keep pushing, and he shouldn't overstay his welcome. He's done well for himself, but at this point, he needs to either rotate or go back home. Instead, he's pushing further in. It's a bold move. Bold move here from Bunny. Pushing further in. He sees that there's a surround getting ready. Solar comes in from behind, but there are reinforcements. Yeah, Bailey's are charged down. And Bunny, he's going to take this. He shuts down the Ling Bane. Will lose one of his tanks, though. One tank did fall. Only one Baneling ready. Without Baneling Springs, they can just stim. They can stim, and they can win. Ooh. This one Baneling does connect. Tanks moving forward. More efficient trades here from Bunny. Banshees, they hit the northern base. Bunny is going to be forced back, but it looks like he will get a kill on the expansion. Oh, no, he's so close. He's so close. Doesn't get it. Barely not. Whew. And Solar holds. Solar, he barely holds on. Saves the expansion. Could have gone down. Does save it. From here, Bunny has to make a choice. Does he keep pushing towards the south side, or does he move in towards the right? Again, that expansion is so low. It's tempting. Bunny instead going for the 5th. Solar, he's ready for this. Natural going up. Lings are cleaned up. But Solar, he will defend. He will hold up. He will hold on to the expansion. Saves the hatchery. Bunny, meanwhile, wants that. Yeah, he wants the base. He's gonna get it. Does hard it down. They're still pushing forward. So far, very nice control. Kites back. GG gets called. Yes, Solar, he's going to be broken. He cannot keep up. Not with this kind of aggression. And Bunny will take the series at 2-1, advancing on to the semifinals. GG. GG, well played. Again, what we saw here in Game 3 is what Bunny wanted out of Game 2. This time, he was able to force a cancel on the 4th base. This time, he saved the Hellions. And this time, he was able to break the 4th base. And honestly, once you break the 4th, that's almost game then and there. Solar, he was behind in the economy. He was behind in the production as well. He was just being overwhelmed. And he did fall then and there. GG. GG, well played. We were maybe speculating that we could see a bit of a later game setup there at a bunny and we could see him slow things down, but no. He just went for the same build, same style, this time much more successful, this time eliminates Solar. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we are getting ready for our semi-finals. Hero has been patiently waiting for the winner of this series, and up next is going to be Hero versus Bunny in a PvT. Let's go.